Changchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sanamgi Drola Penshir Sangye Drupar Sho Chidang Sogi Chognam La Changchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sanamgi Jola Penshir Sangye Drupar Sho Chidang Sogi Chognam La Changchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sanamgi Jola Penshir Sangye Drupar Sho
Shmokity dokity.
Microphone. Is it turned on?
Oh no, boo boo. Boo boo doo boo.
No, it was fine. I didn't see it.
Making German.
Okay, we are on Xiaoping's text. We're in the middle of the full nun's vows. They are not very well understood or described because they died out 1,000 years ago. So it's been really hard for me. I've worked really hard on them, and I'm happy with them. I'm satisfied with them. And I think this translation is going to be extremely helpful for women who want to take full ordination later. So I think we're doing a really good job on it. It's not the detailed explanation of the vows, but it's the correct names of the vows, which is descriptive of what they are. I think later we should do a more thorough version of, and there's a very few, but there's a few good books on it that give the vows in detail. So it'd be really nice to translate for the purpose of the full revival in this tradition of the full nun's vows. It'd be interesting I think it'd be important to translate that. And my general strategy with all of you is that in your first years as a translator, you do something relatively short and simple. And then later you go deeper in your subject. You see what I mean? So I look forward to that. In the meantime, it's really hard for me, personally. I forget where we are. I don't remember where we got to. I don't remember what we covered. So I did a review for myself for a couple hours last night. And I felt good about it by the end. So I'd like to summarize that review for you guys. So I'm going to just create a document that gives the categories. And I wrote them out. If you're interested, this is Ume. You should learn it. It's fast. You can just, it's a written script. It means no head, but it means quick, cursive, yeah. So here's the categories of the, let's make it big. Categories of full nun vows, okay. Because we're at a place where that gets confusing, where the categories are not clear. And where I've had trouble for years, and I figured it out, and I want to pass it on before I forget. Okay, so I would say this text says 5 categories. Okay. First one is called Pamba, right? Which generally means what? Human dictionary? Defeat. Yeah, a defeat. Means you got beat by your bad habits, and we've all been there. We're probably there right now. So, as long as you admit you're there, you're halfway not there. So I'm going to put this in shopping. I'm just going to say categories. Okay. Okay. Now, there are 8 of them. Okay, 8 of the pampas. I believe it's correct to say that 4 are unique to nuns and 4 are the shared. Monks only have 4. Okay. So there's 4 unique to nuns. We covered that already. Okay. Then there's Lakmas. What are we going to call those?
Not leftovers.
Remainders? Let's call them additionals.
I think you called them remainders before.
Remainders, yeah.
I think it is, and I think it's because some part of your vow is still left over after you break it. And, we'll see if we want to keep calling it that. 20 lagmas. By the way, I was enlightened. I mean, I was edified to learn that the names mean nothing. They could all be called each of what they're called. Essentially, it's just level 1 breaking, level 2 breaking, level 3 breaking, level 4 breaking, level 5 breaking. And each gets less. So you could call it first level breaking, second level breaking, something like that. Okay. Then the third category is called Tungje. That's a downfall. Yeah. And the confusing thing is, it's always presented in 2 groups. Okay. Total. By the way, these are total 213. Okay. Okay. This is what I was working on last night, and it helped me a lot to write it out. Okay. Then there's Bangtungs. Okay.
Isn't 3A Tungjae still?
No.
No, it's not. Okay.
I made a pretty major mistake last time I taught this class, and I'll correct it as we go. But anyway, you can say this is called what do you call it? Downfall of elimination. People don't like it when I use elimination because it sounds like something else.
Is this what you were calling mere downfalls before?
A what?
Is this what you were calling mere downfalls when you translated it before?
No, that's coming. I'm going to call it that for now, but the point is, and I got this wrong last time, the point is, let me get it straight. These are confessed, these are purified by isolation from the community. Okay, and I mistranslated that last time as relating to household activity or something. That's all wrong. It was misspelled in every text, and I figured it out. Okay, so it wasn't chakle, it wasn't pyaksle, it wasn't chele. It was chele, which doesn't mean at all household activities. It means punishment. So there are punishable and non-punishable. Punishable means the nun has to be excluded for a while. And shak can mean either household or it can mean 24 hours. And I got it wrong. Yeah, and it took me a long time to figure it out. And I'll show it to you. But there's some kind of isolation from the community required. Still, I believe, still in the monastic fence wall, but they have to go to like the doghouse or something. In English, we call it the doghouse. It means when you're in trouble with your parents, they say you go to the doghouse. But you don't really go to the doghouse.
Your wife.
Mainly wives, yeah.
She makes you sleep in the doghouse.
And I couldn't get a lot of detail on it, and it took me many hours just to get that far. So anyway, I'm going to say isolation, purification. You see what I mean? meaning you have to go away for a while, maybe 24 hours. They're afraid you're going to infect the other nuns. You see? Yeah, like you're doing something bad and they don't want. And that's true. I've had that. I've had this problem. You know, I knew if I put a certain student with other students, they would affect them badly. So, you know, you try to kind of isolate them, you know. You don't want to tell them go away, but you don't want them to affect the other students, so it's difficult. Anyway, this group is 33. Okay. You can call them more serious tungjaes. You see, you can call them more serious downfalls. And now for the less serious ones. We can call it a simple downfall. And confession, purification. You don't have to be isolated. Like they trust you just to get up in front of everybody and say, I did this. Okay? 180. Okay, not as serious. Okay. So together that's 213 for the third category. Okay? Good? And you don't have to go away. And I believe the shock is for a day, but I'm not sure. Anyway, you don't have to be isolated from the other nuns. Okay? This is, by the way, isolation is as opposed to expulsion, which is also can happen if the nuns really causing trouble or the monks really causing trouble. There's a system for expelling them, which if you misuse it is a very serious infraction of the system. Okay? Okay. So you can't just use it to get rid of people you don't like. But obviously that's been done. Okay. There's a vow about not doing it, which means it was done. Okay. Individual confessed. Individually. Okay. Literally. And there's 11. And then there's Nietzsche, which is almost like mistakes, okay? Yeah, badly done. 112. Someone run a total for me. Don't repeat the tungjaes, okay?
Oh. I repeated the text.
364.
364, famous number in Buddhism. Okay.
So it's less serious.
Say again?
So it's less serious, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the only difference. Forget the names. I mean, basically. I mean, the first one, you lose your vows, destroys your vows. Second one, it destroys them, but you still have some vows left over. And then the only other clear distinction is between the two tungjaes. You know, some have to be purified by oscillation, and some have to be purified by confession. Okay. And then there's not much difference between the rest. They just get less karma. Okay. All right. Cool. So now we're going to go back to her text, to Xiaoping's text, and she's going to give her a beautiful reading, which Jigme is going to criticize. Okay, so full nuns group 3A and 3B, Pangtungs and Tungje Bashiks, and this is the key word, the phrase here that you're going to have. Okay, so please read here. Shak. Yeah, Dangjal means involves. Chakle is misspelled, and that's probably some of the problem. And all the texts are messed up, so it took a long time. Chele is an ancient word for punishment. Okay, so involves a punishment of a day, of a 24-hour day, of isolation from the community. Okay, Shaki Chile, and it's misspelled in many, many places. Okay, and I took it to be Chale meaning work, and I took Shak as meaning home. And it was all wrong, okay? So I openly confessed. So, yeah. So if I confess and show you my fault, I will feel better. But if I don't, I won't. Very famous in the Sojong. Okay, anyway, so cancel whatever I said before. All right, here we go. Don't read the notes, just read the capital letters. You got the plain, Jigme.
Sumpa Tumche Ki De Zan Lagi.
Ni.
Ni.
This is the sen we had in Nungsen.
Name. Oh, wait, nonsense. Oh, in the group.
You owe me $20.
You still owe him 700, so we're
No.
I thought we paid that off.
700.
Actually,
Here's my
I'll
hand.
talk to you about some of that. There's a couple hundred more going, so.
Okay.
Part of the same group.
Yeah, it has two. The third category of the nuns' vows has two subgroups. The third group has two subgroups, as we just outlined. These are the general group is called Tungje, downfalls. The subgroups are called Bangdung, downfall of giving up something, and downfall, simple downfall. The distinction between the two is
Some you give up by being isolated, and some
the purification of them.
purified by getting yelled at.
So it's probably some kind of seriousness difference. You see, yeah, exactly. Either you have to be severely disciplined or you have to be lightly disciplined. Let's just say something like that, okay? And chele again means punishment. It's not chakle, which many texts have chakle. This text had chakle. Okay. See, here's this text, Shaki Chak. And here's me trying to figure it out. The carving says cha, the other text say che, and it's che, okay, chele, okay? And either it involves a chele or it doesn't involve a chele, okay? If it involves a chele, meaning a punishment of a single day's isolation, it's a pangtung. If it doesn't involve chele, punishment of a single day's isolation, it's a simple downfall, okay? And it's defined in the scriptures as that we call it doghouse in English. You don't really go to the doghouse, but we call it you're in the doghouse. It means you have to go somewhere else. And, like after school, you have to go to another place.
It's literal, you need to go to somewhere.
Yeah, in this case it's literal, yeah. But if your wife is angry at you in English, there's an idiom called, which I'll teach Stanley. I feel I'm in the doghouse. When you tell your male friends I'm in the doghouse, it means I have to step quietly for a while because my wife is upset with me. Okay. I did something wrong. Like I mentioned that it was boring in Bali. But I meant the beach because it was a mud flat on the moment that we got there, but the tide was out anyway. But I'm in the doghouse for that one. Okay, isolated, separate from the sangha. Okay, clarity. Well, that was okay. We got that already. This is just what it took me to figure it out. This is how to do the confession and blah, 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 blah. I also have a question on Mangdu Togne. Mangdu Togne.
Many incorrect thoughts.
Togne. Mangdu Togne. Mangdu Gyurwar Togne.
it becomes, you had the idea that it would become.
I fear that the book would become too long. I mean, with Vinaya, you either write a 50-page book or you write a 500-page book. There's nothing in between, you know. Okay. These are all explanations of those cheles. Here's the punishment. Okay, shakchik. That's where I got the 1 day. Shakchik bambi chele.
But that's giving something,
Where you are, huh?
that's giving it something up rather than being isolated.
No, here it means you are pangbad by the sangha.
Eliminated.
Yeah, you are abandoned.
You're giving up. We gave up.
Come back.
Here's that famous lecture that the famous teaching that Tsongkhapa gave with his teacher, I believe, at Namche Dang. It's a small monastery. He gave a famous Vinaya teaching, which I taught long ago at Diamond Mountain.
Which
you all
the
forgot?
No. Or the
It was either Rendawa or somebody else. I don't remember. Yes, on the famous weekend.
It was awesome.
It was awesome, and it got overshadowed by other events. Okay, anyway,
It was even more awesome.
it was awesome.
In context, actually, it was uniquely awesome. In
Yeah. Anyway,
The day I got ordained, I won't forget that.
that was the day you got ordained. Wow.
Epic.
I said it out loud.
these are 5 kinds of the punishment, the 1-day punishments. They relate to 5 different things. And it doesn't come up in our text, but it was of some interest to me, personally. Some of them relate to your clothing. Some of them relate to your possessions. Some of them relate to vessels. Some of them relate to activities, and some of them relate to food. Noche means vessel, sorry. So there's only 4: clothing, possessions, vessels, and food. Okay, the punishable ones. You won't believe what it is. And you don't believe how long it took me to figure it out. But we're getting there. Okay, here we go.
No TV. 24 hours.
Thursday. Now, we are in the, where are we? I think we're in the 33. Okay. We're in the 3A. We're in category 3A. Let me just confirm that. Yours is the only text that takes an hour to find. Yeah, we're in the 33, okay? We're working on the 33, which is the ones that are punishable by exclusion, okay? Right?
Well,
Because the others are 180, right? God, see this? We're in these 33, okay? Group 3A, okay? Punishable by exclusion, okay? I hope, I think so. Now, the first 10, you're going to read this. This is your text. There's 90% is not your text, but 10% is your text. Please read.
Damponi, Changwe, Changwa, Jewa, Gopa, Jopa, So, Chu, Zan, Dang, Podang.
Okay, so the first 10 of the 33, he doesn't explain. Because he says they're coming later in the monk's vows. Okay, he doesn't treat them, but he gives 3 of their names, and he calls them like Stan, Ao, and Gao. Okay, like he just has the one word from the vow. So that took me like an hour. Okay, so the first Chutsen means group of 10. Dambo means the first group of 10. How many Chutsens we're going to have here? 3 and 3 tenths. Yeah, okay? So the first Chuten, I'm not treating, you know. What are they? Well, they got Chang, Chal, and Jo. And just for your interest, you know, he calls them, Chang means hold like Doje Chang. which is
Holder of the diamond.
yeah, Vajradhara. Dhara means to hold, like dhur, to hold, dharma, right? Hold its own essence. Rangi ngo zimbi na chu, right? Definition of dharma. Changwa, to hold. Jawa, to be separated from. And Jokpa, to establish or to set. And he doesn't even name the first three. He names the first, second, and fourth. Thanks a lot. Okay, got it? That's what the notes means. So 3 and 5 through 10 are coming later. But he does cover all 10 later. Okay, yeah, that's going to be much later.
I wonder if he had
I thought you'd like to know what the Changwa is, and what the Dawa is, and what the Jopa is, because you're going to have to translate those snippets. Those little pieces you're going to have to translate, you know. It's like you forgot to go out and take the monks' bedding out of the sun because it was going to rain. And they call it rain. Okay, you see what I mean? Okay, so you don't know. So I went and got it for you. Okay, so let's read those. Let me see one. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay.
This
Dambola. Dambola.
Dampola Suksen Sumle Suksen Tampo Shak Su Chang Chu Chang Pam Ki Tunwa Ni Cho Go Chu Sugar Ki Yu Ma Do
Ngập. Mà ngập à?
Ma Ngo Pa Go Ku Kang Yen Cha Lang Che Lang Ni La Wang Wang Da In Gi Ma La Pa Shak Chu In Be Gi Wa Gi Ba Du Cha Ao
Changwao.
Chang
Okay, so he said, I'm not going to explain the first 10 because they're coming in the monk's vows. The first 10 of the 33 of 3a. Punishable by exclusion. Okay, right? And, but he mentioned their nicknames. The first one is hold. Hold. Okay, keep. You can say keep. Okay, keeping. The vow, the nickname of the vow is keeping. Okay, so I want you to know what it means, keeping. Here it is, okay? Here's the first 10, Chutsen Tambo, and here's the first one of the 10. Okay, Shak Chu, here's Shak and its meaning as 24 hours. 10 days, 10 24-hour days, 10 24-hour periods, for the length of 10 24-hour days. Changpangi Tunwa, that's the full name of the vow. Okay. The downfall of actually failing to give up holding for more than 10 days. Okay. Now you can kind of guess because of what I taught yesterday downstairs. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. But then the full name of the vow is giving up keeping for 10 days. Giving up keeping for 10 days. Okay, that's the full name of the vow. The nickname of the vow is keeping. Okay, keeping. It's very frustrating. Okay, and here's the definition of it, the short definition. Long definitions will say who can do it, when they do it, how they confess it, where they have to be, what state of mind they have to be, how much vows they have to have. There's like 8 categories, okay? In the full, when we go to the full text later someday, which I did with some. Okay, Shakti Champang. I'm reading what? She's telling me I have to be somewhere.
Yeah,
I think you have a few more minutes.
Okay. She's my conscience. Chuga, Dharma robes. Okay, Dharma robes. Gyur Mangapa. I'm not sure if this is correct, but Nga means Ngoa.
Dedicated.
Yeah, dedicated. Yeah, dedicated. Someone gives you a cloth and they say, this is for your robes. This is for robes. Okay? It's been committed to robes. Okay? Here he says Mangapa, but I'm not sure it's not a typing error. But it seems to say not yet committed to making robes out of it. Okay? Ke, some kind of cloth. True.
That big.
The true is a distance from your elbow to your middle finger. Okay, 16 soars, but it doesn't quite work out. Okay, 24 or something like that, maybe 20. And then 4 true is a dome, and 500 dome is how far the monastery has to be from the town. Okay. So anyway, Chukang, it has to be more than that. Yenche means or larger, or longer. Rang Nila Wangwa means you have authority over it, meaning it belongs to you. And everyone recognizes that, okay? You have taken possession of it, okay? You've taken possession of it. And Chingi Malapar, you don't do the emergency blessing ceremony that lets you keep it longer. Okay, you're too lazy. There is a voodoo thing you can do, and you put your hands on it and you say a certain ceremony, and then you can keep it for another 10 days. You know what I mean? But you didn't do it. Okay. Shakchu day means, this day means what?
Past.
Yeah, when 10 days have passed, if you hold it, if you keep it, and there's the keep at the end. If you keep the cloth for too long, okay? So that's the first of the 10, right? Keeping. Now we're ready for
Separating.
Yeah, being
yeah,
separated.
ndel, right? Okay, here we go. Yeah, good. Please read. You got the plane. She's driving irresponsibly.
It's good. Sugar.
Sugar. Sumpo Kang Yang Yung Wa She Shin Du Lam Ne Pe Yen Ke Ne Kyo Ki Sam Le Chur Lo Du Sam Ki Kya Kya Ring Shaki Wa Du Je Pa Du Je Wow.
Good. Okay. Not bad. Sounds like my Chinese. Just kidding. My Chinese is better. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. No, it's not. Jai Bang Du, okay. Separated from, right? You can already guess what it means. Jingi Lapi Chuga means you have Dharma robes which have been properly blessed by your vow master. Okay. Chuga Sumbo, the 3 parts of the robe, which is the lower skirt and the upper robe and the outer robe, I believe. Okay, Chuga, those 3 components of the proper robes, because it used to be 1 piece of cloth. Kayanruwa, any one of the 3, or all 3. Don't forget what Kayan. Translate it cool. Nobody translates it right. Any 1 or 2 or all is Kangrun. Okay? Any number of. Okay? Sheishintu. In Vinaya, Sheishin is different than meditation. Same spelling.
Right. We had it last time.
Knowingly. Not but, yeah. You purposely. Okay, it's not like you didn't think about it or you thought about it consciously. It's like killing bugs or stepping on bugs as you walk across the lawn. The second one is not shishindu. The first one is shishindu. You know, purposely, knowingly. Okay, knowingly. Rang nepe nye korti tsam, from the immediate environs, from the immediate area where you are staying. Meaning this room and the next room or something, okay? Like the immediate residence you're in, okay? So if it's a 100-room house, it's probably like 2 rooms that are given to you for your use or something, okay? In the immediate environs. In English, we say environs. Environment came from that, similar. Okay, so Rang Nepa, where you are residing. Okay, where you are residing. Niekor means environs, the close circle, right? Tsam means that border of your immediate rooms, okay? Chiruldu, you leave your robes outside that line. How long? Sangi kyareng. Kyareng means daybreak, not dawn. Okay, daybreak is when the sky gets lighter. Yeah, the cookie thing. What's sang mean? Careful. This spelling. Day. This is tomorrow. Okay. Sangyin. Sangyin. Here's sangyin. Okay. It's not sangye, right? Which has an extra S. Okay, this is a different word. Very common is tengsang.
These days?
These days, very common in spoken Tibetan. Tengsang. Tengsang. I don't know what the hell they're doing nowadays. Those young people. Okay. Okay. Exactly what your parents used to say. Okay. So sangi kyareng. Shar means the day breaks. You see, the daybreak breaks. Okay. Pardu. If you're telwa from your robes for that long. So if you remember in the middle of the night and you get on a horse and go get them, you don't break the vow. Okay, it has to be overnight. It has to be overnight. And then I did it many times because I was commuting and I was traveling to Thailand. I had an office there, and I had a deal with Rinpoche because it would happen fairly frequently. So I would go and say, "Can you re-bless him?" And he'd go blah 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 blah. Okay, go. And it's a quick blessing, especially if the lama's watching a baseball game. Okay. All right. Okay, now we got one here, joke, which is probably juke. Okay. Okay, and here's the joke. This is how I take it. I take it to be this one. Okay, go ahead. Tour. Tour. Tour.
Tawani, ni du ma yin pe ke long ma la go ni ger ni pa ger ju pa
Tour jupa. Juk in all kinds of morality texts, ethical texts, means to get someone to do something. Sometimes it's chuk, B-C-U-G, but sometimes it's njuk. So yeah, to get someone else to do something. So here you get them to true.
To hold on to that much cloth for you?
This spelling of true with the ao means to wash. Yeah, to wash. Okay, all right. Yeah, Trukang means the bathing house in the Lamrim practice. So Turjuki Pangwa means Pangtung, right? It should have been Pangtung. 3A, category 3A, punishable by isolation. Turjuki Pangwani. To get them to wash is the name of the vow. He just said get, and he misspelled it. Okay, thanks. All right. I believe. Yeah, it could be. Nyedu means someone in your immediate family. Nyedu is an idiom that means, close relative, in your immediate family. Brother, sister, father, mother. Okay. Mayin.
They're
Someone
not.
who's not
Yeah, and it's a gelong ma.
a nun.
Yeah, and here I'm stating the monk's vow, right? You just reverse it. He told us earlier, just reverse it when you're talking about the nun's vow. What do you get them to do? Wash your. It says old clothes. I think it means stinky. I think it means unwashed or something.
It could mean that they're new. You can wash them when they're new before you give it to them.
But Ningpa can also mean like stale. Like,
I think it means stale here. I mean, my feeling, I don't know. Because it would still be wrong to get them to wash your new clothes. The point is that people were using washing as an excuse to meet women. You see what I mean? And it's just a human nature. You've got dirty robes and there's a cute girl and you say, could you wash my clothes for me? Yeah, and then that led to problems. How are we doing on time?
I think we have
4
4 minutes.
Okay, well, let's keep going. So actually, we're going to start with 11, right? And that's what I figured out last night. It took me a couple hours. The 10 he promises us later. He gives us 1, 2, and 4, and he says we'll do the first 10 later. And he gives us their nicknames. And then actually, what I figured out last night, he starts with 11. Okay. Of the how many?
33.
Nice. Okay, yeah, good. Whew. All right. This is why, Seiji's not there. That's why I didn't have time to look at your text last night. Okay. She stole all my time. Go. Oh, I'm sorry. We finished these. Can I just go ahead?
Yeah.
We finished these. I'll name them quickly. Touch money, gold or silver. Engage in the loaning business, making loans. Do business. Try to get another bowl when you already have one. Two that relate to weaving, and he's mean. He just says weaving, but there's 2. One is to get an unrelated layperson to weave a piece of clothing you, or get a third party to get, or ask your assistant to go ask them. So it's 2 weaving breakings. We covered it already. We already passed this. And here's the backup for that, for the footnote. Okay, we went through that already. 2 kinds of weaving problems. He messed up number 7. I cleaned it up for you. You give somebody something and you take it back. You break into their room and take it back. Indian giving break-in. Okay, we call it Indian giving. Then redirect an offering to the Sangha to yourself. Someone puts an envelope in your pocket. It says dated January, right? I found it yesterday. $1,000 to the translators. And
No, it wasn't the translators, it was the books.
oh, I'm sorry.
Application of the
Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
the cleaner gave it to me yesterday.
Really?
And yeah, okay, so if I were to use it for myself, that would be redirecting what was dedicated to the translators. Okay, you okay? He left out 19. He made a mistake and he left it out. So I've put it. It's called storing, and it refers to storing food or medicine illegally without blessing. Okay. So these 9 that he just mentioned, these 19, right? 10 which he did not clarify and 9 which he just did, are the same as in the monks. Okay. And I'm going to give you a dotsam, just a tiny explanation of them, when we get to the monk's vows. He promises us. Okay. All right. And then actually, we're going to pick up with Xiaoping. We went through all this, so we got to move on, or we can't dawdle? Dawdle. We can dawdle, but we can't dawdle. Okay, so we're going to start here next time with you, okay? Term 6 starts here. I just wanted to get you straight on the mistake that I made, and I also wanted you to appreciate where we were, how many numbers were into it. We're going to pick up at 31. We'll just go to 33, and then we'll start the 180 confessables. Yeah, confessables. Got it? Yay. By the way, the first one, just in case I die tonight, is to get a man to untie the strings on the packets you have made of the handfuls of grain that you had. Next bow.
I want to get the length sheet for the
Could you just untie this for me? The knot is really tight.
Sure.
Why?
I'd be happy to.
Sashi.
Sangye Shindu Mikde Uwargi Jokun Namdak Shingla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniyatayami
Kewa.
Ti Kewo Kun Sanam Yeshe Sotsok Shing Sanam Yeshe Le Chung Wei Tampa Kunyi Toparsho Smogy Dogi.
Smokey doke.
So is there a vowed